jazz band in years. And when we were trying to figure out how we were going to do it this year with the construction music program, I was pretty much out of ideas, and I'm like, what if we did it in the morning? Now, when I ran that by my wife is the ultimate night owl. That goes to bed about 2 in the morning. And I'm not much better. I'm like the 1 in the morning kind of guy. So doing anything before like 9 o'clock does not sound good. And I'm like, well, we could do mornings. I'm like, maybe we do like a Thursday morning, you know, like well into the week, you know, and the weekends on the schedule, well, knowledge goals meeting, and staffing is on Wednesdays. And before I knew it, the only option was Monday. But I'll tell you what, first of all, parents, thank you for being with me in the past few months. This group has been so much fun to work with. They have made my Monday mornings the most special Monday mornings I've ever had in my life, I swear. And the donuts haven't hurt either, so it's been a great one. The next song we're going to do is kind of a cool one. Count Basie, one of the great big band leaders, was known for being a riff-oriented band where he wouldn't write his music down. He would just say, saxes, let's play this. Or the saxophone players would say, let's play this. And they would kind of form a song together as a band. And then later on, when the song became famous, somebody would be like, we need to write this down so the bands can play it, or people can work on it if they want to. So we've done that. And this song was written by our band, and all the riffs you heard were ideas that came from them, and maybe I polished them a little bit. But when we look for a song title, they're like, let's name it after Mr. Songwriter. So this is called Smells Like Summer Spirit. And if you're wondering, well, that sounds vaguely familiar, like a 90s grunge rock tune, you'll see why at the end. Thank you so much. So we have one more song for you, and then after that we're going to bring up our 7th and 8th grade jazz band. You're more than welcome to stay, or if you need to go, we totally understand. We'll probably open up some seafood for the next week, so don't feel too shy if you need to go. Again, thank you so much, parents, for being so great at getting your kids here every morning at 7:40 or whatever it was. It's really a pleasure working with them. And next year we'll have an opportunity to do a 7th and 8th grade jazz band, which you'll hear here in a moment. We also have a summer jazz band program that meets on Tuesday mornings for all 3 middle schools over at Pine Ridge. Tuesday mornings at 9 in June and July, so you can look at that brochure. You're interested in having your kids be part of that here too. So we're going to finish with a song by Dean Sorensen, who is the University of Minnesota Jazz Band Director, and he's also known literally worldwide for writing songs for middle school jazz bands. And nothing but such an amazing person and jazz composer. So this is called Jamming with Charlie, and this is going to feature on the big Barry sax, Mr. Henry over here. So here we go, Jamming with Charlie. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great night. Jazz 7-8 will be up here in just a few minutes.
Great job, guys.
That's why you want to like. They went on that side because I can see them. I see your mom. It's like, is that your mom? Just help me. It's like, whoa. Mad. And so, we're not. And I'm like sitting in the van. Yeah, that's like talking about the girl sitting in the van. And they can see me through the window. And I'm like, you put and that's don't have a number. I'm like, you go. Are they there? Are they okay, well, we're then I two. The memorial. So I had time to pull it out. It's so funny. It was so funny. Just like that. No. Awesome.
Thank you very much. Welcome to our finale jazz concert of the year with Jazz 78. It's been a really fun run this year, starting with the talent show back in January, and then our district jazz festival in February, and then planning our band concert later in February, and now this. And we're really excited to finish off our year with Duluth on Saturday. It's always fun going up to Duluth. And I think it's actually going to be above freezing this year, which will be really nice. I don't know if there's ever been a time we've gone up there, even in like June where it's been above freezing. So I'm really looking forward to being in Duluth on Saturday with this band. This next song is a song that I grew up with, and some of you probably grew up with too. It celebrated its 40th anniversary at the beginning of this school year when it hit #1 in 1985. And it had an iconic music video that I'm sure if you grew up in the same era I did, you just couldn't get away from, you just fell in love with. The song, of course, that I'm talking about in the program is Take On Me by the Norwegian band Aha. And this is a really cool jazz band arrangement of it. It's got a rock groove to it, but it's really cool how you can bring in all the trombones, trumpets, and violins into the song. So I hope you enjoy this version of Take On Me, and here we go. Sorry, I actually thought about having the video projected behind us. Just imagine the character taking the girl into the comic strip and walking around. meaning to me because back in the day, for many, many years, I taught here with a wonderful band director by the name of Gina Ford. And Gina and I did the dance together for, gosh, almost 20 years. And near the end of her career here, they needed a new orchestra director. And they asked her, you know, you don't play a string instrument, you've never taught orchestra before, would you be willing to give it a shot? She's like, do that, I'll do it. She stepped in and helped us out for many years in the orchestra program. Just did a knockdown, drag-out job, great job. She took violin lessons, she learned how to teach orchestra, you know, just amazing. She still taught band, she still taught jazz band with us, and she's just an amazing, amazing person. She unfortunately was diagnosed with cancer in 2016 and lost her battle with cancer a couple years later. And I miss her every day. But one of the songs that she programmed with us every year was this song, Poco Loco. So I pretty much do it every year in memory of her, because it just makes me smile. Gina was one of those people, even before her diagnosis, who was always like, I just choose joy. Even when things are tough, I choose joy. And through her whole cancer journey, she still had that same great attitude, which is just so inspirational. So every time we do this, I dedicate this to Mrs. Ford, and this is going to feature a number of soloists again. So, by the way, that first song featured Lottie, Alistair, Zach, Lincoln, and Laurel. Put it up for them. This is going to feature, in order of soloists, Zeke on the bass, Lincoln on trombone, Laurel on trumpet, Lottie on trombone, and Ian on the end on trumpet. And switching over from trombone to bari sax, which I've never had done in my career, is Nadia. Nadia was like, I think we need a bari sax player, so I'm learning how to play it. Trombone and bari sax are not similar instruments. But listen to her, not to put pressure on her. She's awesome. She's an all-state jazz trombonist, so, you know, bari sax, whatever. I can do it. It's really, really cool. So anyway, here we go with Poco Loco. for you. A couple thank yous. Thank you to the custodial crew and the parents that helped set up this concert tonight. And also the cookie crew. Thank you so much for those of you who brought cookies. I can't wait to dig into those. I'm sure the kids can go too. And maybe some adults. And our administration and staff here at Jasper School West. West is truly the best, and I've been honored to teach for 29 years. I remember coming here in 1997, and Mr. Swanson, Chanhassen High School band director, had been here for about 4 years, and had just basically started the jazz program here in our district. And at the middle school, my old colleague, Mr. Fox, had been doing an 8th grade jazz band. And I said, can we start a 7th grade jazz band? He's like, absolutely. He's like, I'm wanting to do one, I just haven't had time to do it. So we started, and then the snowball just kept rolling down the hill. Mr. Swanson has done amazing things at Chan High School. My colleague, Mr. Becker, is here, has done amazing things at Chaska High School. And in the last 29 years, we've watched our jazz festival grow, and we've watched so many kids play in jazz band. It's just been amazing. So I've been really honored to be part of this program. It's been very special. So thank you, parents, thank you, students, for making this a great 29 years. We're going to finish up today with one of my favorite bands, Chicago, and great rock band from the 70s and 80s, and we're going to do their 25 or 64. And I get to play guitar tonight, which I'm super stoked about. So here we go. Oh, this is going to feature Laurel on trumpet again, and Lonnie on trombone.
close tonight. Monday, of course, we lost a school day, and there was supposed to be an orchestra concert that night that we scheduled for tonight. And they're going to set up over against that wall. So if you could kindly just take the chair you're sitting in and the chair next to you is going in and just turn them and do a 180. That'd be awesome. And then go get some cookies. Thank you so much.